0999 today.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Rain-X. An Illinois Senate Democrat has introduced legislation that would bar current ICE agents from being hired by state or local police departments. Senator Laura Fine says the bill is aimed at addressing training concerns and rebuilding trust between law enforcement and communities. Illinois Democrats are backing a proposal requiring public high schools to offer voter registration to eligible students. Supporters say it would boost civic engagement, while critics warn it could strain schools and raise concerns about partisan influence. As Illinois faces a housing shortage, an Illinois Policy Institute researcher says state regulations are limiting new construction. New data shows home prices are up more than 44% since 2019, while housing availability continues to fall statewide. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel despised the word empty. Empty plates, empty tables, empty stomachs. That's why he made the KFC $5 bowls, like the famous bowl. Creamy mashed potatoes, crispy chicken, corn, gravy, and cheese. Because the only empty the Colonel liked was when you reached the bottom of that bowl. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. 5 KFC bowls for just $5 each.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Rain-X. An Illinois Senate Democrat has introduced legislation that would bar current ICE agents from being hired by state or local police departments. Senator Laura Fine says the bill is aimed at addressing training concerns and rebuilding trust between law enforcement and communities. Illinois Democrats are backing a proposal requiring public high schools to offer voter registration to eligible students. Supporters say it would boost civic engagement, while critics warn it could strain schools and raise concerns about partisan influence. As Illinois faces a housing shortage, an Illinois Policy Institute researcher says state regulations are limiting new construction. New data shows home prices are up more than 44% since 2019, while housing availability continues to fall statewide. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel despised the word empty. Empty plates, empty tables, empty stomachs. That's why he made the KFC $5 bowls, like the famous bowl. Creamy mashed potatoes, crispy chicken, corn, gravy, and cheese. Because the only empty the Colonel liked was when you reached the bottom of that bowl. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. 5 KFC bowls for just $5 each.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Progressive. Today, scattered snow showers before 3 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 32. Tonight, sleet and freezing rain likely, with a low around 28. Looking ahead to Friday, a chance of sleet and freezing rain, with a high near 37. Currently, it's 22 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
You're
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Enjoying a healthy dinner that tastes great means eating out at a pricey restaurant, right? Wrong. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers are delicious and healthy. The tray-and-tray steam technology delivers crisp veggies and tender protein in tasty selections, like Healthy Choice Simply Steamers grilled chicken and broccoli Alfredo. It's a satisfying meal with 28 grams of protein and nothing artificial. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers. What having it all tastes like.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Welcome, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. I'm your host, Matt McNeil, sitting here in the hot seat. It's nice and cozy in here. It's nice and warm, too, with the chillier temperatures that we've got today. It's not super, super cold, but it's still cold. It's the winter time. We are eventually going to start to see a little bit more nicer days on the horizon. You know what I mean? Going to be coming up into almost in the 40s, or actually not almost in the 40s, almost in the 50s eventually, that we're going to be seeing. So that will be coming up in the rest of the plan for the majority of February. Actually, we're going to start to see it more towards the middle of February, so to say. And those temperatures are going to start to get up into the 40s for the early middle part, starting next week, and then eventually also falling into the middle of February. We do see accumulations of possibly some snow showers, possibly some ice and rain. So we'll talk about that here too. But you are listening to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. Out to Lunch is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Are you looking for expert orthopedic and spine care close to home? St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin is here for you. They've got their highly skilled orthopedic and spine specialist providing advanced treatments for joint, bone, and back conditions, all with a personalized approach designed to get you moving again. Whether it's hip or knee pain, sports injuries, or complex spine issues, they use the latest technology and surgical techniques to help you to heal faster and get back to the activities that you love. And that's not all. They have their comprehensive rehabilitation services, mean that you'll have expert support every step of the way, from surgery through till recovery. So trust your health to excellence. You can trust St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, a proud member of Prime Healthcare. Call their number today at 847-931-5525 or visit stjosephelgin.com to learn more and to schedule your appointment. So thank you to St. Joseph Hospitals for sponsoring today's show, Out to Lunch. We hope you're enjoying this Thursday. We're getting closer to the weekend. Temperatures at a high of 32 as we look into the forecast today. Current temperatures right now, according to my iPhone right here, is at 25 degrees. However, it does feel like 10 degrees, so it does feel a little bit chillier out. A few snow showers are expected to be scattering around the area, which did happen a little bit this morning, at least closer to where I live. Otherwise, a good deal of clouds. We see a high of 32 degrees for today. It drops down to a low of 28 degrees, cloudy, with some snow showers developing later around midnight or so. Now, the snow accumulations are about less than an inch, but that prediction right now is at about 70% chance with a low of 28 degrees. Heading on into Friday, we are into the weekend or close to it. Overcast with a few flurries or snow showers. Temperatures rise to a high of 37. Dropping down to chillier temperatures, but clear skies for Friday night. We see a low of 10 degrees. For Saturday into the weekend, sunshine in the morning, so make sure you wake up to get some of that, to get some of the vitamin D from the sun. Followed by cloudier skies in the afternoon, a high of 26 with a low of 21. Overcast coming up for Saturday night. Sunday rolls around, we see a high of 32, mostly cloudy skies early, becoming partly cloudy later in the day. And then it does set to be a low of 22, mostly cloudy skies early, eventually starting to clear a little bit more through Sunday night. That heads on early into Monday morning, partly cloudy throughout the day, only a few clouds from time to time, so we'll definitely be seeing some sunshine. Temperatures rise to a high of 41, dropping down to 31 degrees as our low. That's for Monday night. Into Tuesday, we do see here a high of 45 degrees. I'm hoping that'll start to feel a little bit like spring, like Woodstock Willie said, an early spring prediction. We see partly cloudy skies throughout the day, so it's going to be nice. We do see a chance of rain coming through for Tuesday night with a low of 30, which again means it could be some of that freezing rain too. Wednesday, the 11th of February, we see a high of 37, overcast, a snow shower or wet snow is possible. A shower of rain or wet snow is possible. We see a low of 27. Again, mixture of some freezing rain is possible. That's for next week, Wednesday. Thursday, a week from today, we see a high of 37. Snow showers early, peaks of sunshine later, mainly cloudy with a low of 25 is in that forecast for Thursday night. And then it's Friday the 13th. Oh boy, mostly cloudy skies with a high of 37. And we do see mostly cloudy skies with late night snow showers possible with a low of 24 degrees. So that's our forecast, temperatures, weather, what we're going to be seeing for the rest of this week, at least what's predicted right now, also going into next week. So you can always check your phone. You can check these different websites, different sources, or, of course, watch the news, wherever it might be from, the 10 o'clock news, and you can tune in for that. That's at 10 o'clock at night, of course. On, whatever you use, ABC7, Chicago. Let's take a look here at our inspirational story of the day. This was posted today by a user named Natural Street 7771 is their username. Posted today, titled, quote, "A Tale of Genuine Kindness from a Stranger on Reddit." Now, if you're not familiar with what Reddit is a platform that people can use. Really, you can find a lot of different things on there. You can go through a whole rabbit hole filled of some interesting things. So just make sure that you're cautious about that too. But it's really kind of, it's a conversation place. It's a conversation place. All things that people care about. I mean, there are so many different Reddit communities, subreddit communities. So I sometimes occasionally go on Reddit. I don't go on too often, but sometimes I do. You can really get into a lot of rabbit holes of things. There's a lot of some interesting opinions on there too. But Reddit's a good one to use if you are looking for, advice on things, but that's just a little description of what it is. So with that being said, this person was using Reddit, and this is what the story tells us. So this person writes, quote, "I just wanted to share this story to show you that there are still some genuinely great people on the internet. I posted a week ago about how my 4K TV broke and how going back to 1080p, half the size, was such a drastic difference, and if anyone felt the same. For context, I'm a 26-year-old full-time carer for a family member, out of work for 2 years due to caring, and I am fully broke. I saved up for 3 years for a PS5 just for my TV to pack in less than a month after purchasing it. I can't even afford to buy games for it apart from a base PS Plus subscription. so a new TV was out of the question for a few years. Was bad luck, but what can you do, right? Well, there was a user by the name of CarGuy143 on Reddit and made a comment on a post that this person had made, saying that he has a spare 4K TV if I'm nearby in the northwest of England. Although I was hugely appreciative, I'm in Scotland and can't leave the house much. So the legend offered to drive the TV up if I could cover costs, gas costs. And he is a car enthusiast, 200 miles each way and a 7-hour journey minimum. He drove up and dropped off the TV today. Lovely person and genuinely selfless. I can't express my genuine thanks to him enough. Just wanted to post this to say there are some genuinely great people in the community. I'm endlessly grateful and hope to pay it forward one day when I have the means to. That's really something. This person drove 700 miles, or I'm sorry, not 700 miles. That's a long drive. 200 miles still though too. And that's a 7-hour journey minimum. And they decided, hey, this person was in need. They were struggling. They really have been saving a lot of money for this PlayStation device to play games. And their TV crapped out on them. And they said, you know what? I'm going to help this person out there in need. And you know what else is too is very interesting. This person could have lied. This person could have said, you know, I'm in need of a TV, and they were lying the whole time. But this person still went out of their way. So I'm hoping, you know, it's good to always be careful, of course, who you talk to on the internet. That's something that came to mind when I was reading this. But it does sound like this person is genuine. So they were very fortunate. Both sides of them were very fortunate in that sense. I would, of course, always advise if, you know, someone says, hey, I've got this free TV, let me drive it up to you, to just be very cautious when it comes to that. But still, nonetheless, a really great story. A person was taking the time and even the money, the costs, to drive up there to deliver it to this person. So definitely a pretty cool, inspirational story. And you can find more stories like this on sunnyskies.com. I'm sure you can also find some more of them on Reddit, too. The time is approaching 17 past the hour. We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. Stay tuned.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
I know we're at an at-will state, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what? You're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
Handle on the Law. If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. We hope you're enjoying this morning. It is 20 past the hour. It's 11 o'clock here. We're getting closer into the lunchtime here. So I know earlier during the community hour, I did touch base with the Fox Valley magazine. They officially released their February issue, which does talk about different meal plans and things that you can go to around the Fox River Valley area. We talked a little bit about the Gail Borden Public Library displaying I don't even know what it's called. It's like the milk cart thing. The milk cart thing. I'm sorry. This is at the Gail Borden Library. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my words on what you call it. It's like a wagon. It's the celebration of 250 years of Elgin, and it's really, really cool to see that. It's the display for the Elgin Sanitary Milk Company. So they've got that. They've got it like it's, like a covered, you know what I mean? Like a covered wagon, right? I think that I'm trying to describe what it's called, the covered wagon, right? It's kind of like it's from the old days, and it's really cool, and I recommend you check it out. And there's some really cool history. It's how they delivered a lot of the dairy products there, butter and buttermilk, so all of that. And there's some really cool history on that. I'm going to do some more research for sure, but it's really cool to see it. That's posted there. I know the Elgin History Museum, let me see if I can find them here. Elgin History Museum also does have a posting on it too. So if you go to their website, if you also go to their Facebook page too, you can find that. They have a lot of really cool stuff. Ooh, I'm already seeing this. This is now I'm going down a rabbit hole on the Elgin History Museum. This is State Street, South State Street, Millionaires Row. John and Janet McNeil. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. That's my great-great-grandparents' names, John and Janet McNeil. No, they did not live in this house. They couldn't have. Chicago Street dropped off. No, because they did not live in Elgin. They lived in... Wait a minute. Okay, hold on a second. Now, they made a grocery business located in Chicago. I'm going to have to do research on this. This is not my great-great-grandparents' house. John and Jet, that was their name. Now I'm interested. Okay, hang on. I'm going to have to save that for later because that's interesting. I don't think it's them, but that would be something if it is. That would really be something. I'm going to have to research that. That's really something. Anyway, moving forward with this, if you check out the Elgin History Museum, you can find more information on what's coming up. I'm now distracted. I'm like, wait a minute, John and Janet McNeil. That's so interesting. I'm going to have to do research, guys. Let's move forward, though. I'm excited, but let's move forward. Let's see what we've got here for the word of the day today. Adulation. Now, adulation is the word of the day. It's a noun. And adulation refers to extreme or excess admiration, flattery, or praise. I'm now expressing adulation for this this McNeil home now that I was unaware of, actually. So I'm going to look into that later on my free time. So that's the word of the day today. It's adulation. And McNeil spelled the same way, too. Adulation is the word of the day today. You can find more information on that on the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Now, adulation, too, is something that I think can really help people, especially if they're having some confident issues, right? You know, adulation helps to build a person's confidence. It can reinforce kind of that like self-belief. So if someone receives, strong praise or admiration, it can really, help to validate their abilities and help to validate their strengths. It helps them kind of believe a little bit more firmly in themselves and what they can do in their own self-worth. It also helps to encourage a lot of continued effort and growth in a person. So adulation can really help to motivate people to keep improving on themselves, whether they're working on self-help for themselves mentally or physically, whether it's about their health, whether it's about their career, whether it's about maybe taking on a specific challenge. These efforts are noticed and appreciated when you give someone adulation. It helps to reduce also that self-doubt and also the insecurity as well. So consistent admiration, especially for respected peers or mentors, really can help to counter negative self-talk and make individuals feel a little more secure in their identities and their skills too. So that's important too. So that's a word recognized today. That is adulation. It's just giving recognition to someone, giving admiration, flattery, or praise for something that they do. So that's the word recognized today. It's a noun on the 5th of February. You can check it out. That is at merriam-webster.com. You can find more information on them. We've got some national days to recognize today, including National Chocolate Fondue Day. Now, I haven't done a fondue in a while. It's been a hot minute, as the young people say. It's been a hot minute since we've done it, a nice hot chocolate fondue. Now, this is a day inviting people, and especially those chocolate lovers out there everywhere, to celebrate the decadent and timeless tradition of chocolate fondue. Now, you can go to a lot of local places in the Fox River Valley area that do offer chocolate fondue, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. Maybe you want to give your loved one a gift of a chocolate fountain. That way you can dip strawberries, blueberries, cake pieces, cookies, sweets, and even cheeses. Sometimes people do have chocolate and cheese put together. It's something they like. Or they do a cheese fondue, right? They do a cheese fountain. But they do also have the chocolate fountain as well, too, which is something fun. It's a delicious food holiday guaranteeing to bring a smile to your face as you indulge in a velvety, dreamy dip that turns any gathering into a celebration. So this is something to enjoy. And there is even a little bit of history on the chocolate fondue. Fondue was actually used as a means of survival for Swiss peasants during the winter months. Heavy snows would come in, it would hit their region, and food was difficult to come by, other than hunting, of course. So bread was rock hard because of the temperatures being so low, and their cheese was aging. It was dry and it was frozen. So they discovered that by melting the cheese with a bit of wine and then dipping it into their stale bread, the combination then helped to create a delicious addition to their diet. It helped to soak it up a little bit too, without drying out so quickly. And then throughout the years, fondue became a staple on the tables throughout Switzerland. In fact, in the 1930s, the Swiss Cheese Union declared fondue the national dish. Chocolate fondue, on the other hand, seems to have a slight debate on whether it's a Swiss creation or an American one. But no matter what it might originate from as inspiration or something completely that was just made up or taken from wherever, right? Although anytime you make something up, right, it comes from some form of inspiration. It's still delicious. So if you want to enjoy that today, it's National Chocolate Fondue Day. And of course, you can have some fun with this one today too by enjoying some of that. Maybe even making your own homemade chocolate. Those are that's one that's recognized today. We've got some other days that are also recognized. There's one that's kind of strange. I'll read about that one. Interesting. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that one. That one will come up next. It's National Shower with a Friend Day today. So this is it's a tongue-in-cheek way to lighten the mood for winter while educating us about the beliefs of filtered chlorine-free water. Okay, so that's what it is. Shower with a Friend Day. It's not what you think it is. So there you go. I'm not judging if you do, but I'm just saying. I saw that and I was like, that's interesting. Okay, all right. You never know. Something new you learn every day here on WRMN. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today so far. We've got here the bottom of the hour news coming up next, mentions from our sponsors, and then we'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. We do have a conversation story of the day today, which we will be talking a little bit about, and how shoes can alter your mind, what neuroscience says about foot sensation and focus. Stay tuned for that and more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. We'll be back.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by Rain-X. As Illinois faces a housing shortage, an Illinois Policy Institute researcher says state regulations are limiting new construction. New data shows home prices are up more than 44% since 2019, while housing availability continues to fall statewide. An Illinois Senate Democrat has introduced legislation that would bar current ICE agents from being hired by state or local police departments. Senator Laura Fine says the bill is aimed at addressing training concerns and rebuilding trust between law enforcement and communities. Illinois Democrats are backing a proposal requiring public high schools to offer voter registration to eligible students. Supporters say it would boost civic engagement, while critics warn it could strain schools and raise concerns about partisan influence. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
When it comes to game day, you play to win. And when it's go time, it's Total Wine time. With the lowest prices on your go-to lineup of beers, seltzers, and wines that'll turn your kitchen counter into the ultimate home tailgate. Total Wine is your home field advantage. Our team will go the extra yard to get you ready for the big game. We've got what you need to tackle game day and every day, only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com. And let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by KFC. Today, scattered snow showers before 3 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 32. Tonight, sleet and freezing rain likely, with a low around 28. Looking ahead to Friday, a chance of sleet and freezing rain, with a high near 37. Currently, it's 24 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. It looks like we've got quite the bit of the parade going on right outside here of our station, just on Douglas. Looks like there is a lot of folks that are holding up some signs. It looks like they are just doing a peaceful protest on ice there, it looks like. So I wanted to take some pictures. I did wave to some of them out there. I just wanted to report to you on that. The Elgin police are currently there too. Everything is safe. Everything is sound. They're just they're doing a peaceful protest, walking down, playing some music there on Douglas Avenue, just along the way here. So I just wanted to let you folks know about that too. I'll send some pictures into the text line so I can show you specifically what they were doing. So there were some folks holding up some signs and they were cheering. So wanted to just let you know about that too. So it looks like there is, if you're trying to get onto Douglas right now, it looks like they are being occupied by some police force that are peacefully protesting there too. So they were allowed to do so. So let me send this to the 505 text line here, just so I can report on this for you, and I can share a picture with you as well. So I'm going to put this up on the screen if you're watching on the YouTube side of things. Let me just make sure that the video or the picture gets uploaded here, and then I'll share it with you here on the screen. Okay, good. So it looks like the picture is uploaded. I won't zoom up on any of the faces in particular. I won't go too far there, but it looks like they're holding up signs. Some of the signs say, quote, "ICE is not welcome," and things like that too. So again, a peaceful protest. They're showing their rights, right? And so that's something that they're currently doing right now. That's going down Douglas. I'm not quite sure if they're going to be turning on Chicago Street there, but I just wanted to share that. This picture I literally took right before coming back on the air here, so I wanted to report on it for you as well. So now, again, not getting political with this, but whether you agree with them or not, they have the right to do so, and they're doing it peacefully too. So there's, nothing violent going on. You hear some cars honking right now too, so they're advocating for what they believe in. That's you got to have respect for them going out and doing it too, especially on this cold day today. So again, not getting political about it, but I did want to share that with you. Something that's going on right now. Just wanted to report to you on that here in downtown Elgin. And so if you are happening to go into the downtown Elgin area right now, just be aware of that too. But that's what they're doing. So just wanted to report to you on that. I'll see if there's any other in particular articles on this too that are going on. So taking a look here, we've also got some other national days to recognize, which I'll go through. I do have to sign something real quick. There's I got some the FedEx here. So I'm going to take just a little quick time out real quickly here, and then I'll be back with more in just a little bit. So of course, stay tuned.
Hi, this is Sherry Aschenbrenner, Vice President of Dementia Friendly Elgin Area. Everyone knows somebody living with dementia. Caregivers and friends of those with dementia are always welcome at our Elgin Area Memory Cafe, always the second Tuesday of every month at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the South Elgin Public Works Building, 1000 Bowes Road in South Elgin. Also, Dementia Friendly Elgin Area gives free 20-minute dementia awareness trainings to local businesses, church groups, to bunco groups. Just invite us. If you'd like to get put on Sherry's senior email blast list, please email us at dfelist@gmail.com. Also, you can go and visit our website at dementiafriendlyelginarea.org.
Tune in to Sherry's Senior Moments radio show on the second Thursday of each month at 9:05 a.m. until 10 a.m. on WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio app, or WRMN Radio on YouTube. That's Sherry's Senior Moments, providing resources and information for our seniors in the community.
The new novel, titled DUI Jury Trial, is the true story of two lawyers who defend a truck driver who is charged with DUI. If he's convicted, this truck driver faces a lifetime disqualification of his commercial driver's license, which would prevent him from ever driving a truck again. This 3-year legal battle culminates in a courtroom showdown, which involves the testimony of a DUI expert witness. This book, DUI Jury Trial, is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
And we are back here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. Just had to get the mail there for a second. And we hope that you're enjoying this day. You're enjoying the show here so far. We've got some great things to discuss here, including Mr. Greg DeRay, who usually calls into the station. He also advertises on our Tradio side of things during the 12 o'clock hour. He sent over some recipes, and it is out to lunch. So I want to tell you a little bit about some of those recipes. And I think what I'll do is I'll try them out for myself and see how I like them. I probably will. I probably will, Greg. So we'll do that during the 12 o'clock hour. But what I want to do here for the next couple of minutes is just continue on talking a little bit on the National Day calendar. We'll take another time out, and then we'll go through our conversation story of the day today. Can shoes alter your mind? What neuroscience says about foot sensation and focus, posted by Adam Sarkar, who's a professor of neurosurgery at Drexel University. So we'll talk about that coming up towards the tail end of the 11 o'clock hour. Don't forget, we also do have our Tradio segment at 12:30. So if you are looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, that'll be the time to call into the station number here at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. That's the number to dial. So let's see some other national days today. We've got National Weather Person's Day. Now, these are the folks out there, also known as Weatherman's Day, but it is also Weather's Person because we've got anyone, man or female, male or female, honoring all the individuals working in meteorology, weather forecasting, and broadcast meteorology. The day also recognizes volunteer storm spotters, observers, and others who work in the weather field. Now, we here on WRMN do read the weather to you. We are not the original source, so to say, because we do have other sources. Well, we've got the weather, which is the main one, and then the other sources out there that do report on it, and then we follow up and report on it too. We use weather.com, AccuWeather. We also do use our phones too to help to get you knowing about what are the weather and temperatures, what are the reports, things like that we're seeing. Now, this is an annual holiday commemorating the birthday of John Jeffries, who was born on this day in 1744. He was a doctor, Dr. Jeffries, a scientist and surgeon. He is considered one of America's first weather observers. He kept weather records from 1774 to 1816. Additionally, Jeffries pioneered the field of ballooning in the United States and took his first balloon observation in 1784. Now, during the celebration, those honored worked hard to accurately forecast and report the constantly changing and often unpredictable weather. Now, despite new technological advances, meteorologists still face challenges in predicting the weather. Even with the most state-of-the-art technology, predicting Mother Nature as we know it and what path she might choose is very daunting of a task to do. And there's times that I say the weather, we predict it, and then it doesn't happen. There's been plenty of times, and we know this because we live in Illinois, there's been plenty of time where we say, oh, it's supposed to snow tomorrow, and it doesn't. Oh, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow, and it does. So we can only do so much, right? We're not, we don't control the weather, despite what, if you've ever seen Lilo and Stitch, Lilo believes that there's a fish in the ocean called Pudge that controls the weather. So there's that. I don't know, maybe. When I was a kid watching that, I would always think, oh yeah, he does control the weather. He's a magical fish. So knowing the weather forecast is valuable, of course, for us. It helps us to prepare for traveling and things like that too, knowing what the weather's going to be, what are the road conditions. And we hope here at WRMN that we can also achieve that too in keeping you up to date on all of those weather reports. If you have any suggestions for us, please feel free to reach out to us today at info@WRMN1410.com, news@WRMN1410.com. Or, of course, you can email any of us here. It's our names followed by @WRMN1410.com. So check it out. So those are some of the national days that are recognized today. You can find more information posted that is on nationaldaycalendar.com. Coming up next, we do have our conversation story of the day. So we'll take another quick time out. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. Stay tuned.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com, and you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The road ahead can be unpredictable, but with the right partner, you're always moving forward. At Heartland Bank in Hampshire, we're with you. Every milestone. From savings to small business lending, we offer local decisions and personal service that gets you where you're going. Stop in at 819 Warner Street or call 847-683-4444. Heartland Bank, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
Kick off your weekend with a little flair. It's Dino's Night Out, every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM. Dino brings you the best of the Fox Valley's entertainment scene. Live music, local artists, street festivals, great eats, and the personalities behind them. If it's happening, Dino's talking about it. And bringing the spotlight is none other than the legendary Arcada Theater, located at 105 East Main Street in St. Charles. Catch dinner, drinks, and a show, all under one historic roof. So whether you're making plans or just love to know what's hot, make it a date with Dino's Night Out, Fridays, 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM, or stream it live at WRMN1410.com. Dino's Night Out, powered by the Arcada Theater, where Fox Valley comes to play.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town. We're talking things happening locally in the community here, giving you some fun insights, facts, and more. I looked a little bit into the McNeil Mansion thing. I'm not related to them. No, there's different McNeils because they lived in there until 1930 in the McNeil family, and they came to America in 1882. Mine came to America in 1889. So I'm like, it's not the same people. John and Janet, I mean, pretty common names, especially Scottish names, John and Jeanette or Janet. But McNeil spelled the same way, so maybe we are related somehow. They both did come from Scotland. So mine come from Campbelltown. They're Campbelltown. And then I think you go far enough, it's Barra. I can't remember though. I can only go so far, but nonetheless, still, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have that, and you can find that at elginhistory.org or also on their Facebook page. You are listening to Out to Lunch. It's sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital. St. Joseph Hospital is a proud member of Prime Healthcare, and they're here to keep you moving. Schedule your appointment today by calling 847-931-5525 or visit stjosephelgin.com to learn more. So let's talk a little bit about shoes, right? We all wear shoes. We all have to wear shoes. And depending on what kind of shoes you wear are for the particular occasions. You go to a nice meeting, you wear those nice dress shoes, right? You go out to a sporting event, maybe you'll wear some of those sporting branded shoes. Maybe you're going to the beach, you got to wear those sandals. Or of course, maybe even if you're just at home, you don't wear any shoes. But can shoes alter your mind? This is what a neuroscience is saying about foot sensation and focus. Written by Adam Sarkar, who is a professor of neurosurgery at Drexel University. This has been posted, and you can find it on theconversation.com. Athletic footwear has entered a new era of ambition. Now, no longer content to promise just comfort or performance, Nike, for example, is claiming its shoe can activate the brain, heighten sensory awareness, and even improve concentration by stimulating the bottom of your feet. Now, Nike's chief science officer, Matthew Nurse, said, quote, by studying perception, attention, and sensory feedback, we're tapping into the brain-body connection in new ways. He also said, quote, it's not just about running faster, it's about feeling more present, focused, and resilient, end quote. Other brands like Nabuso sell neuro insoles, socks, and other sensory-based footwear to stimulate the nervous system. Now, it's a very compelling idea, if I do say so myself, and as well, Adam here also does too. The feet are rich in sensory receptors, so could stimulating them really help to sharpen the mind? Now, the article written by Adam here says that he's a neurosurgeon who studies the brain, and he has found that neuroscience suggests the reality is actually more complicated and far less dramatic than the marketing implies. So let's read about it. He starts by talking about close links between the feet and your brain. Now, the soles of the feet contain thousands of mechanoreceptors that detect pressure, vibration, texture, and movement. Signals from these receptors travel through the peripheral nerves to the spinal cord and up to the area of a brain called the somatosensory cortex, which maintains a map of the body. The feet occupy a meaningful position in this map, and then it reflects the importance in balance, posture, and movement. Also, footwear does affect the brain's sense of where the body is in space, which relies on input of muscles, joints, and tendons. Because posture and movement are tightly linked to attention and arousal, changes in sensory feedback from the feet can influence how stable, alert, or grounded a person feels. This is why neurologists and physical therapists tend to pay a lot of attention to footwear in patients with balancing disorders, neuropathy, or other problems too. Changing sensory input can also alter how people move as well. But influencing movement is not the same thing as enhancing cognition. So again, influencing the movement isn't the same thing as enhancing that cognition, that awareness. So there's something out there that is called minimalist shoes. Now, these minimalist shoes are thinner soles. They have greater flexibility. They allow more information about touch and body position to reach the brain compared to heavy cushioned footwear. In laboratory studies, reduced cushioning can increase a wearer's awareness of where their foot is placed and when it's touching the ground because there is a thinner layer there. They're able to kind of see or actually more so feel in that time, what's on the ground, where are they walking. It sometimes does help to improve the balance or the steadiness of their feet. However, more sensation is not automatically better. The brain constantly filters sensory input, prioritizing what is useful and suppressing what is distracting. For people unaccustomed to minimalist shoes, the sudden increase in sensory feedback might increase cognitive load. It gets people distracted. They're like, I'm feeling too much of the ground below my feet. It draws attention toward the feet rather than freeing mental resources really for focus or performance, right? Some shoes work for people and other times they don't. So can shoes improve concentration? Well, whether sensory footwear can improve concentration is where neuroscience becomes especially skeptical. Sensory input from the feet activates somatosensory regions of the brain, but brain activation alone does not equal cognitive enhancement. Focus, attention, and executive function depend on distributed networks involving various other areas of the brain, such as the prefrontal cortex, as well as the parietal lobe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then some of the thalamus. They also rely on hormones that modulate the nervous system, such as dopamine as well. And there's really little evidence that passive underfoot stimulation, textured soles, the novel foam geometries, or certain mechanical features in shoes really meaningfully improve concentration in healthy adults. And some studies do suggest that mild sensory input may also increase alertness in specific populations, but these effects are modest and highly dependent on context. So context is everything, right? When it comes to what shoes you wear, oh, is this brand going to be a little bit better because they offer this to you? Well, not necessarily. Everyone is different, right? So there's context to things. You know, you could wear these shoes and in context are great for running, but maybe not the best for going to just a casual event or vice versa. And how you move specifically in your shoes might matter really more for your cognition than the shoes themselves. How are you utilizing the tool that we have, shoes, to help in your daily life, no matter what the activity might specifically be? So, of course, there's the marketing side of it too, which, of course, you could say is, hey, we have this new feature. Look at this new line. Look at this new color. Look at this new scientifically proven design. This is going to help them to up their sales. But then the science behind it says, hey, you know what? That might be, but everyone is going to be a little bit different. Everyone's foot is designed a little bit differently. The activities that people do are going to be different. The climate that they live in too. If you live in a specific neighborhood that you walk in every day and the sidewalks are all jobbly and wobbly, it's going to be different versus if you walk on a clean cut street every day. So of course your shoes are going to, matter in that particular situation. But for other people, it might be easier for them. So shoes can change how we feel in our bodies and how you move through space and how you are able to adapt to your physical environment. And those changes may influence confidence, comfort, and perception. And of course, all of that does matter to experience. However, the most meaningful mind-altering effects a person can experience through physical fitness, it still comes from that sustained movement, the training that you do, the amount of sleep you get, and the attention, not just from sensation alone. So footwear might shape how the journey feels, but it really is something that you have to decide for yourself based off of what you have to work with your feet and the environment you're in that will help you really. So it's really unlikely to rewire the destination, so to say. So that's just a little bit of the science behind it. Of course, there's lots of really cool shoes out there that you can buy. Maybe you like them even just because of the way they look. They say pain is beauty, right? But I encourage you to, wear some shoes that are comfortable for you. Wear some shoes that work for you as well. It just depends. Most of the time, I wear a lot of dress shoes. I choose to do it for myself because I like wearing the dress shoes. Now, if I'm going out and walking a lot, if I know I'm going to walk a lot, I do tend to wear more of the bouncier shoes that have a little bit more of a spring at the bottom of them to help me to move a little bit better, right? So all depends on the situation and what works really for you. So check it out. That's the conversation story of the day. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. Stay tuned.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you! Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 12 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by RainX. As Illinois faces a housing shortage, an Illinois Policy Institute researcher says state regulations are limiting new construction. New data shows home prices are up more than 44% since 2019, while housing availability continues to fall statewide. An Illinois Senate Democrat has introduced legislation that would bar current ICE agents from being hired by state or local police departments. Senator Laura Fine says the bill is aimed at addressing training concerns and rebuilding trust between law enforcement and communities. Illinois Democrats are backing a proposal requiring public high schools to offer voter registration to eligible students. Supporters say it would boost civic engagement, while critics warn it could strain schools and raise concerns about partisan influence. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
When it comes to game day, you play to win. And when it's go time, it's total wine time. With the lowest prices on your go-to lineup of beers, seltzers, and wines that'll turn your kitchen counter into the ultimate home tailgate. Total Wine is your home field advantage. Our team will go the extra yard to get you ready for the big game. We've got what you need to tackle game day and every day, only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The NBA trade deadline is today at 3 o'clock Eastern. The Bulls have already made a couple of different moves. On Wednesday, they pulled off a deal with the Hornets. Charlotte looking to bolster up. They currently have wins in 7 straight. Acquired Kobe White and Mike Conley Jr. from the Bulls in exchange for Colin Sexton, Osmond Dieng, and 3 second-round picks. The Hornets had acquired Dieng from Oklahoma City in exchange for Mason Plumlee. The Blackhawks lost 4-0 at Columbus last night. Jack Graves made 21 stops. The Hawks go into the extended Olympic break at 22-26-9, just 3 wins in their last 10 outings. The Blackhawks play again February the 26th on the road at Nashville. Men's hoops, number 5, Illinois, 84-44 winners over Northwestern. The Illini took a 47-19 lead into the half. They improved to 20-3, winners in 12 straight, 11-1 atop the Big Ten. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Okay, get this. Now at Wendy's, you get to go biggie with new Biggie deals. That means going biggie with the $4 Biggie Bites, biggier with the $6 Biggie Bag, or biggiest with an $8 Biggie Bundle. So now you can choose and customize your Biggie deal. As you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More Biggie options so you can get more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all. Because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep. Now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by KFC. Today, scattered snow showers before 3 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 32. Tonight, sleet and freezing rain likely, with a low around 28. Looking ahead to Friday, a chance of sleet and freezing rain. with a high near 37. Currently, it's 24 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-234-0316. 800-234-0316. That's 800-234-0316.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
And welcome in, folks, to the 12 o'clock hour here on Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. We're broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. As always, thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. We hope that you are enjoying this lovely morning today, or showed us. I did it again. It's the afternoon. It's not the morning anymore. But it is the afternoon, so we want to talk about some fun things here when it comes to some food. And this is something that I'm thinking of probably incorporating now into the Out to Lunch show. And I was thinking about this too, you know, people sending over recipes, which is something that Greg did for me. Tammy also did the same thing a couple days ago. She had mentioned something that was pretty good to her, and she thought that I might like it. And so it is, it's a, let me see if I can find it. One-pot hamburger macaroni soup recipe. So what I was thinking to myself is, well, how cool would it be to have a Food Fridays on Out to Lunch, where for the hour, someone submits a recipe or something, food creation that they enjoy, and we talk about it. So like a Food Friday segment, I think would be really, really cool. Because today what I'm going to talk about are some of the recipe selections from some of the favorites of our very own Greg, who calls into the station, listens in all the time, and is part of the community here in WRMN and part of the WRMN family here, as you guys all are as well. So I was thinking more about this, and I was like, having a Food Friday is something really fun that we could definitely do here on Out to Lunch. Spice it up a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to give you the opportunity. Feel free to send over any recipes that you love. What are some really cool things that you enjoy that you've made for yourself? Some wacky recipes, or maybe even a drink that you like making. And I think it'd be cool to go through that and highlight a specific a recipe or two on Fridays, or maybe even just something that we can do during the week as well. But we'll kind of work through it, and I'll try to conjure up some things together, have an outline, and do that, because I think that would be a really fun segment to do here on Out to Lunch, is like a Food Fridays where you submit your recipes. It could be even a long favorite homemade family recipe that you have, and we can talk a little bit about it, share it with folks out there. I think that would be a really great way to tie in the community together here on Out to Lunch. So, Greg, you gave me a really, really great idea here, and I'm going to work with it. So thank you so much for that. So today we'll talk about some of those recipes that he enjoys. I've got 2 on the list here that I'll talk about today. I know he sent another one too, so I'll kind of maybe go through those a little bit quickly here. But kind of in the works there, I think it'd be cool to have that Food Fridays thing where people submit their recipes. So I encourage you, feel free to do so. You can text it to us. You can email me, Matt at WRMN1410.com. And we'll work together on it. I think it would be a lot of fun, too. You can even call in and we can have a conversation about what are some of those cool recipes that you like. Just bringing some more interesting content here to Out to Lunch. I want to make sure that we do that for you. I think it'd be cool. We've got here the weather and temperatures for today. We see a high of 32 and a low of 28 for tonight. We see here a high of 37 for tomorrow. Overcast and a few flurries or snow showers are possible. We see it dropping down to a low of 10 degrees coming up. That'll be for Friday night. Saturday rolls around. We see a high of 26, sunshine in the morning, followed by some cloudier skies during the afternoon. It drops down to 21 as our low for Saturday night. Sunday rolls around. We see a high of 32 and a low of 22 with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Partly cloudy is coming through for Monday and Tuesday next week with a high of 41 on Monday and a low of 31 for Monday night. And then Tuesday is a high of 45 and a low of 30. Partly cloudy throughout the whole day. We see for Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 37 and a low of 27. And then for Thursday, a week from today, we do see a chance of some freezing rain, some snow showers early. Peaks of sunshine eventually are going to be accumulating a little bit later. And that's for Thursday, a high of 37 and a low of 25 degrees in that forecast. So check it out for more information. You can find this on weather.com. That's weather.com for more info. We've got a caller here on hold. Let's take it to the phone lines. Hi there, caller. Welcome to the show.
Guess who?
It's Greg. How you doing?
I like your idea. Foodie Friday. How does that sound?
Foodie Friday sounds good. I think because again, I was looking at your email. I was like, and it literally it popped in my head. I was like, doing a Foodie Friday where people submit their favorite recipes. It could be family-owned recipes. It could be something they found online, and then talking about it. I think would be really, really cool. So I thank you for that idea. I appreciate it.
No, you took the idea. You guys were talking about Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Food. So it's not always snacks. You need something that sticks to the ribs as well. And what I sent you today, and what else might be good if people call in their treasured recipes, because I have some of my own that I will not share, unfortunately, because my favorite thing, I started cooking when I was about 10 years old. My mom bought me the Betty Crocker cookbook for kids.
Okay,
and
nice.
One of those recipes for oven fried chicken is still kind of a staple. But I always like cooking. My biggest challenge is when I go to a restaurant or something I like to try and duplicate it. And that's not always easy to do. You talk to cooks, you talk to chefs, you try and do whatever you can, but you got to put your own spin on things. The things I've been sharing with you are recipes I found online that are tried and tested, but sometimes you got to put your own spin on it. But what I shared with you today, what might be good is listing all these recipes out there, or I'm sending you links to recipes that I've tried that I found on the internet.
Awesome.
And anybody who doesn't love Italian beef, right?
Oh my gosh, I'm a huge fan.
Beef Phil is one of my faves. They have their complimentary Jordanaire, which between theirs and a place called Pops on the south side, one of the guys at Beef Phil shared with me their recipe, and I've come up with my own. We're trying to market that one day, but anyway, we'll keep you updated on that.
All right.
But I sent you a link. It's from AmazingRibs.com. And coincidentally, this was on the What's Cooking show last week. He was a host, or he was one of the people they were interviewing.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I know. What Italian, right?
Right? Exactly.
What's cooking? WRMN, Super Bowl, Italian beef. Doesn't get any better than that.
I love it.
But the thing is, if you look at that recipe or share it out there, he hits everything as far as everything that I would tell anybody what to do. I've been trying to capitalize or make the best Italian beef, and it's real. The ingredients are real simple, and what he has in his recipe, most people don't share. There was another guy called Chicago Johnny's, and he went corporate and pulled a recipe off the internet. So, if anybody likes Italian beef, I would go in there. It's just a handful of simple spices, but that is the base for pretty much any Italian beef restaurant you go to in the Chicago area. That was kind of old school, and those basic ingredients are what makes it. But a couple things, if you do try or make recipe, it's not hard. It'll be better than any restaurant. The key thing I always tell people, don't boil the beef. You make the au jus, and you don't let it come to a boil. It come to a hard simmer. And then when you're ready, get your beef and you dip it in for a little bit, swish it around just before you put it in the gravy. And you want to get it sliced and as rare as you can. I know I hate rare meat, but basically when you put it in that hot gravy, that's what the final cooking stage, and that's what makes it good. If you don't have time to cook, and what's nice about this recipe, the cheapest cuts of beef are the best ones. Eye of the round, which generally is tougher because it's so lean. It comes out awesome. It comes out outstanding. And if you don't have the time to cook the beef yourself, a couple hints. Go to not Jewel, but like some of the Tony's or some of the independents, and a lot of them have their own brand of roast beef, like their own homemade beef, and especially if it's rare, get them to get that meat. Tell them to slice it as thin as they can so you can almost see through it, and then just use that recipe that I get for the au jus. The flavor of the beef really doesn't come in. It's the au jus, that gravy that gives it the flavor. And Jewel, even for somebody who wants to make it easier, they sell packets from Vienna beef. You can go to the deli at most stores and just ask them. I think for $1.99, they have Vienna beef, just the au jus in a vacuum packet. They don't advertise it, but they do sell it. It is on their website if you search it. But you can get that and just get some beef sliced as thin as you can, and no matter what brand it is, it's going to be good.
Now, do you like? I'm sorry. Do you like the au jus loaded in there? Do you like it soaking? Do you like it a little bit lighter, somewhere in the middle? What's your preference?
Well, this is a house from two different views, but my wife likes it dry. I like it baptized, as Bono would say.
Yes, me too. I'm the same way. The more, the merrier.
I want it running down my arms when I'm eating.
I love that. That's great.
And the other thing, I'll just give you what the other key to a good Italian beef place, and most places miss this because they buy store-bought or commercial rolls, old-fashioned Italian bread, and again, meathead. He mentions it. Some D'Amato's or Tirano. Ganella, it's hard to find in the paper anymore. I haven't seen that for a while, but there's El Molino. But these are the ones, and you don't see them. And if anybody knows where I can get them between Hoffman Estates and Elgin, I know Valley's has it, but I'm talking about the long breads and the paper sleeves in the bakery section, not the homemade bread that they make there. Yep. I'm talking from the old bakeries. That's really what takes it home and makes it good. But one more tip I got for Jordanaire, if you want to buy a store-bought one while it's still available, Menards of all places sells. It's called Stump's Muffalato, which it's like an olive-based Jordanaire, and I've had. There's one called the Pickle Guy, and it's like real expensive. But Menards, they actually have them in stock. I checked West Elgin. They have 9, or Elgin Randall Road by Route 20. They have 9 in stock, but it's called Stump's Muffalato, and I like the mild one. You can always pump it up and make it hotter various ways. But for a couple bucks, it's really darn good. And you can also put your own sweet peppers on there. But the meathead recipe, I really enjoyed hearing on the show. I wanted to call and give them a shout out, but they don't take calls on that show. But that was last week on your station.
All right. Awesome. Well, Greg, thanks so much. Something in the works here. I'm looking forward to it. Excited. Thanks again. And
Well, I got one more thing up my sleeve for tomorrow before Super Bowl weekend. But if you want me to call in tomorrow, I'd be happy to. But if you got a lot going on, that's okay.
No, I'd love to. Absolutely. I'd love for you to call in.
All right. But yeah, I would, like I said, if you could start a list, I'd love to see people's other recipes too.
Awesome. I love that, Greg. Fantastic. We'll work on it. Thanks so much.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Bye-bye now. All right. We've got the juices flowing here, literally with this classic Italian beef sandwich, but also doing a Foodie Friday here on Out to Lunch would be fantastic. Talking about those different recipes that you submit to us. Let us know. You can even submit a couple. We'll save that for Friday, but I'll do it today too because I know I said I was going to. We'll skip our time out here and we'll head on into this. So, of course, the big game is coming up. You want to enjoy some great recipes, some fun appetizers, and maybe you do like pigs in a blanket, but you want it with a little bit of an extra flair. You want it something maybe kind of a German style to it, right? Like a Bavarian pretzel. Well, pretzel pigs in a blanket with some good beer cheese is a way to go. This is suggested by Greg, who just called in. And this is from moderneatsfarmhouse.com or modernfarmhouseeats.com, actually, is how it is. And this was an article that was posted by Rachel Coughlin of this website. And that was posted on the 2021. And it was modified a couple of years ago. So if you look at this, if you're watching on YouTube right now, this looks absolutely delicious. You get the crispy ends there of the little weenies, and then of course you get it wrapped up in that delicious croissant style of a like a crescent roll that you have it wrapped up in. But then you put some of that sea salt on there, some of that ground sea salt, which helps to give it that pretzel look and even flavor too. So this sounds like a pretty delicious option. What this person says is they say, quote, "What I love most about this recipe, other than the fact that they're delicious, is what they made in the crescent roll dough. They come together pretty quickly. They also recently discovered that Pillsbury now has crescent dough sheets, which is great too. You get the crescent doughs and you got to piece them up and they come in triangle formations and then you roll them up too. Well, now they have them in sheets. So what's great is then you can cut the strips into, you can cut the strips of dough to roll around the cocktail franks too, which is fantastic. So there's a little bit more flexibility with that. Now, of course, where does the pretzel part come in with this? Well, they say simply bring a medium pot of water to a boil and then add baking soda slowly or you'll overload the pot. Once the cocktail franks are wrapped in dough, drop them in the baking soda water for about 3 to 4 of those in quantity at a time, so you're not really overcrowding the pot too much. And then what you do is you remove them when they float to the top at about 10 to 20 seconds. This is some pretty interesting information here, folks. And if anyone out there would like these recipes, if you want to email me, if you want to link to them, I can email them to you. And then what you do is you then place the boiled pigs in a blanket on a blanket sheet. You brush them with some egg wash. You sprinkle the salt on them. And then you bake them to golden perfection. I think that is really, really cool. This is a great recipe. It does tell you also the ingredients on what you get. Well, the cocktail franks are one of them, of course, also known as the Little Smokies. Typically, these are made with pork. You can also buy them made with just beef, too. So totally up to you. I'm sure that they also do have vegan options as well if you don't eat meat, for whatever the case might be, or vegetarian options, They also do have crescent roll dough, Pillsbury. This person does recommend sheets, so you can kind of have more flexibility when it comes to cutting them. Baking soda and water to turn the crescent dough into soft pretzels. You add that pot of water to a boil, and then you add the baking soda, and then you drop them in for 10 to 20 seconds until they float up. And then egg. You beat 1 egg to create an egg wash for the top of the dough. You sprinkle it on there, including the salt. You spread it on there, and then you sprinkle the salt. And then you also get the flour and butter mixed in with that too for the glaze. So not just egg and coarse sea salt or pretzel salt. You also get milk. You can even do beer in this too, and flour and butter. If you want that roux to thicken to the beer for the beer cheese sauce for dipping, that's a way to do it. So you just use all-purpose flour and salted or unsalted butter. Use the milk in there. You can use 2%. It definitely makes it a little bit more on the creamier side, so you can do that. Beer will kind of help to make that flavor a little bit more intense too. If you like it, a light beer or a dark beer, so you can have that authentic tasting beer cheese, which is delicious. And you can also even do it with cream cheese too for a little bit more of a sweeter taste, cheddar cheese, Dijon mustard. So there's lots of ways that you can do this. But again, the writer of this article says that the author of this article says to recommend getting the sheets so that you can roll them up a little bit more flexibly, especially if you're trying to, not make it, like a crescent roll. You want to make the dough a little bit more linear and, put together, I guess you could say, rather than it kind of swirling off the edges there like a crescent roll does. There's also tips and substitutions that you can find. Crescent dough. You can use different dough too if you'd like. If you're not a beer cheese fan, you can simply swap the beer for extra milk or chicken broth. They recommend that too. So this is a great opportunity and good thing to check out. So this is, again, modernfarmhouseeats.com is where you can find those recipes at. And I'll definitely save that in my email. And then a couple other things that he did recommend as well, too, was from All Recipes, and this is chicken pot pie. Now, you can also have chicken pot pie on the big game day, too. If you just want to sit there and eat it, you can also make it into little mini squares, too, which is pretty cool. But this is something that you can enjoy to make for yourself, too, if you have the time and energy to do it. So you can cut the chicken if you want chicken on there, obviously, for chicken pot pie. Used with real chicken, you'd use boneless, skinless chicken breast, and then you cut them into cubes. They're ideal for making classic chicken pot pie. Now, if you do like them a little bit more stringy, you can also work that way, too. Vegetables, of course, usually calls for usual suspects, of course, the peas, carrots, onions, and celery. Butter and flour to help with that, a roux made with butter and all-purpose flour. Seasonings as well. If you really want to achieve that perfect cozy flavor, you can incorporate salt, pepper, and celery seed in there too. Of course, you can also add more seasonings to suit your own taste buds if you'd like. Broth and milk is another one that's incorporated into this flavor. That includes in the ingredients chicken broth and milk to help add a little bit more depth and also flavor to create that smooth and decadent chicken pot pie filling consistency that you like, which is something I enjoy too, even just eating as it is of itself, the broth and the milk. And then, of course, the pie crust, whether you make them by hand yourself or you just buy some. Our family, whenever we make pie or chicken pot pie, when it's handmade or homemade, we like to use Marie Callender's. That's usually the best one that we have, or even Pillsbury Crescent or Pillsbury pie crusts are also good too, but we really do like the Marie Callender's ones. We tend to notice that it kind of sticks together a little bit better. That's just from my own experience there when we make those homemade pot pies, which we've done before. So you make the fillings, you fill and bake the pie, and then you can even store it. So on this, it does tell you a little bit on how to store the chicken pot pie. Allow the pie to cool completely before storage. Wrap the cooled pie tightly in aluminum foil, they recommend, and refrigerate it for 3 to 5 days. You can reheat it in the oven or short bursts into the microwave. Now, if you do reheat it in the oven, usually what will happen is the edges will kind of burn a little bit more because it already is cooked. So that could potentially happen, but you can do it either way too. You can even do it halfway in the microwave, halfway in the oven, depending on what you are best suits for you. So that was a recipe that was submitted actually just last month by Robbie Rice of allrecipes.com. So some cool stuff out there, folks. And it's definitely something I would like to do on Fridays here. It's Thursday today, but do it on Fridays for a Foodie Friday where we recommend, hey, send your recipes over if there's something that really stands out to you, or maybe even something that you've never tried before. So if there's a time maybe when I don't get anyone who sends over any recipes, I can look something up and see, what pops in my brain. And not just even just cooking, but also baking too. So if you have anything in signature that you really like, or you want to have some suggestions to make to folks out there, especially during the holidays, we'd love for you to call in. We'd love for you to text in or email us those recipes. And I'll save them all in a file so I have all of them too to refer to back if anyone does want them. So fun things in the works. I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. You are listening to Out to Lunch. It is the Out to Lunch segment, right? We got to talk about some food. We'll talk about more here on our Tradio segment up next and what's happening in your local community. Stay tuned.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by Rain-X. An Illinois Senate Democrat has introduced legislation that would bar current ICE agents from being hired by state or local police departments. Senator Laura Fine says the bill is aimed at addressing training concerns and rebuilding trust between law enforcement and communities. Illinois Democrats are backing a proposal requiring public high schools to offer voter registration to eligible students. Supporters say it would boost civic engagement, while critics warn it could strain schools and raise concerns about partisan influence. As Illinois faces a housing shortage, an Illinois Policy Institute researcher says state regulations are limiting new construction. New data shows home prices are up more than 44% since 2019, while housing availability continues to fall statewide. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel despised the word empty. Empty plates, empty tables, empty stomachs. That's why he made the KFC $5 bowls, like the famous bowl. Creamy mashed potatoes, crispy chicken, corn, gravy, and cheese. Because the only empty the Colonel liked was when you reached the bottom of that bowl. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. 5 KFC bowls for just $5 each.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. This afternoon, scattered snow showers before 3, mostly cloudy with a high near 32. Tonight, sleet and freezing rain possible with a chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, a low around 28. Looking ahead to Friday, a chance of sleet and freezing rain, scattered snow showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 37. Currently, it's 24 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. I got a comment from Wendy. She sent over some pictures of her homemade chicken pot pie that she just made, and she's looking forward to the recipe show. That's awesome. Wendy and the Bobs, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm going to share this with you here, too. Look at that. That looks delicious. Already, even before it's made. All put together nice and smoothly there. That looks like, too, if I'm correct about that, it almost looks like it's mashed potatoes in there. That's really good. When you have mashed potatoes, you make a chicken pot pie, and you have mashed potatoes as the main element in there. That's fantastic. That's great. Looks like she does cut those strips in there, too, which is nice. I see it. You use the fork on the side to make that design. That's something our family does, too. And I got to say, fantastic on the way that it's made because it's perfectly crispy there, too. Sometimes you get some of those burnt ends, and it looks like it's all colored correctly there. That's fantastic. So kudos to you, Wendy. That's great. I'm going to have to maybe try it out sometime. That's fantastic. So something I'm just thinking of doing. I definitely think I will. It sounds like a good time here. Foodie Fridays on Out to Lunch. I'll a little bit more on the works there, but something I want to start doing. I think it'd be cool where you can submit your food recipes. It could be your own recipe, but if it's something that's a little bit more personal, you don't want to share it, you don't have to. But just something maybe that catches your eye, something that you want to share when it comes to food recipes. You're like, hey, you know what? I found this recipe online. This one sounds like a really good one that you should share with the listeners out there. And if I don't get any submissions, I can always find something, too, that really does catch my eye because there's so many recipes out there that you can find and that you can try out, too. And it is the Out to Lunch segment, so I thought, sounds like a good plan. We're going into our Tradio segment here. This is the time to call in if you're looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area. Feel free to call us today at 847-931-1410. It's 847-931-1410. If you have something that's got to go, you can post it here on Tradio. You can also send pictures our way to the text line 505-926-1410. In the comments section here on YouTube, we've got here Brendan. He does like chicken pot pie. That's great. Chicken pot pie, especially good for a very cold day outside. It gives it kind of that old-fashioned feel. Maybe remember those homemade chicken pot pies from when you were a kid, or maybe it was a family recipe that was passed down. So that's great. Greg here also says in the comments, looks great, Wendy. Do you have the recipe? He said. So, Greg, I'll make sure if she does send it, I can send it to you. Okay, Wendy does say no mashed potatoes. I, for some reason, thought it looked like mashed potatoes, but that's something our family has done, too. When we make chicken pot pie, we have done like a mashed potato one with the chicken in there. Kind of interesting, but nonetheless, still looks pretty good. So no mashed potatoes, but it still looks very good, so that's awesome. Let's see our Tradio callers. We have the Tradio caller in Elmhurst. He's got this car for sale. It is a Toyota Corolla. It's from 2009. It's a Model S, 5-speed manual transmission, and it's in great condition. The asking price is $5,000 or best offer. And the number to dial is 312-296-4223. That's 312-296-4223 is that number to dial. Another Tradio caller here, Gary's calling in. He's looking for a typewriter from the 1930s and the 50s. It's in the color black. It's a portable one with the case that comes with it. At least that's what he's looking for. So if you happen to have that, feel free to reach out to Greg today if you're willing to sell it. That number to dial is 847-372-8083. That's 847-372-8083. Another Tradio caller here. This is Greg calling in. I'll tell you what he's looking for first and then what he's selling. He's looking for those bicycles, late 1800s to the 1970s. They can be parts, pieces, accessories, bone shakers, paraphernalia, Schwinn bicycles. And he's got one for sale, which I'll talk about here in a bit. But again, he's looking for any of those. He's also looking for vintage Omega watches, men's and women's watches, the diver style watches too. So he's a collector, not a dealer, and he'll pay a fair price for those. In fact, actually, let's see. What is a diver style watch? So at least I can show it to you a little bit here. The dive style watches. Now, I know this one because my dad has a dive style watch, and he used to wear it a lot when I was a little kid. This is where it's basically a waterproof watch that you can use. And my dad used to wear it. It was silver, or he still has it, silver with a yellow face. Very similar when it comes to especially older watches, so older dive style watches. There's some that are the Omega watches too that you can find. I'm not quite sure the brand that my dad has. I'll have to ask him, but I know he does have a diver style watch out there. He used to wear all the time when I was a kid, and I'd be like, "You can wear that in the water?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a waterproof watch," which is good to have too, especially if you if you don't have a waterproof phone and you want to know what the time is definitely to have that. Let's see what else we have here too. Greg is also looking for old gas tether cars. He's looking for old racing go-karts from the 50s and the 60s. And then he's also looking to add some extra pieces for a Shuko Disney monorail toy. Not the plastic ones, but the vintage ones. And then he does have a son, and his son is looking for some Pokemon cards. So if anyone has any Pokemon cards out there that are willing to trade or sell, it's a great opportunity to do so. You can make some fun connections too. I've heard of many people who make a lot of friends by doing Pokemon trading cards with people. He's also has these things for sale. So the Schwinn 312 Goose Island bicycle, it runs great for $99. He has that Hamilton Beach 3-head milkshake maker in the color ivory for $425. Hey, the summer is just 3-4 months away from now. So if you want to gift it to someone, maybe for their birthday or maybe as a summer treat or a celebration, there's a great way to do that. And you're also passing down some history too. He also does have a Lionel Pioneer Zephyr. It's in excellent condition. That has the shiny chrome on there. And then he also does have an extra large Bailey Blue hat for sale, and it comes with the box. So reach out to Greg today at 847-962-6033. That's 847-962-6033 again. Greg texted me too and said, I think the timing is good with the weekend, the big game weekend, and great job elaborating on those recipes too. So he says, I'm looking forward to the segment. Hopefully others participate and contribute. Yes, I'm excited too. I think it should be fun. Just something fun to do on a Friday, I think would be fun. A fun foodie Friday, a fun Friday, right? That's something I used to do when I was in third grade. Our teacher had a fun Friday, and sometimes it did include food. So some good stuff here. I'm excited. I hope you are too. I know we're also, like I said too, I announced it a little earlier. We're having the mayor back on again the second Thursday and fourth Thursday of the month. So if you didn't hear that now, you're hearing it now. So he'll be starting on February 12th. He's going to be coming in at the 11 o'clock hours. That was the best time for him to come in and for us with our scheduling. So we wanted to have a consistent scheduling there. So we worked it out, and he's coming in. That'll be February 12th. And then he's also going to be continuing on to come in the second Thursday and the fourth Thursday of the month. And that is going to be to recap what's happening in Elgin with the city council meetings. So for those of you who aren't able to make it out to the meetings, or for those who can't watch it on YouTube, maybe you're not as tech savvy, this is a great way to do that. And you can also hear it from the mayor himself, and he'll be here in the seat. You'll be able to watch him too. So working on some stuff. We're excited, and we hope you are too. We're going to take our last time out. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch. When we come back, I'll go through what else we have going on today. I've got the lineup for Talk Time with Tammy and Friends sent to me, and we'll see what's cooking up with Michael Horn today on What's Cooking Today at 1 o'clock. Stay tuned for more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding a unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Here on WRMN AM 1410, we like to keep you informed and in tune to what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. We recognize the importance of local radio to be a part of the conversation and to be a part of the community for the community.
You know, we talked about the importance of community theater, but supporting community radio is a big deal too. And, you know, for WRMN, this is a really cool thing that you guys do every day, and a really important thing. You have to have a local media outlet to talk about what's going on in your town. So you guys do a nice job.
Tune in to AM 1410, WRMN. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/WRMN Radio. Keep in tune and informed on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley, right here on WRMN. Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Out to Lunch is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital. From advanced surgery to personalized rehab, their specialists are with you throughout your care journey. St. Joseph Hospital is now a proud member of Prime Healthcare, and they're here to keep you moving. So schedule your appointment today by calling 847-931-5525 or visit stjosephelgin.com to learn more and to schedule your appointment. So again, as always, thank you so much to St. Joseph Hospital for sponsoring today's show, Out to Lunch. And if you didn't know this too, if you go onto their website, they have real-time ER wait times right now. So if you are looking to go to the ER for whatever reason, hopefully, God willing, you don't have to, but if you absolutely have to, they do have the estimated live wait time right now, which is 16 minutes. So that's good that they have that available for you to see. It's right at the top of the page on their website. So that ensures the timing to get there and more. Now, of course, that could change depending on who comes in or who doesn't come in. So the time could shorten by the time you get there, or could expand or stay the same. But at least that does tell you a little bit on what is the expected wait time as of right now live. So you can find that on their website. That's stjosephelgin.com for more information. Going into what's cooking today, well, we shall see or hear from Michael Horn coming up at the 1 o'clock segment until 2. He is going to be having Bob Cabral of Bob Cabral Wines sharing his winemaking journey today. Then Chris Draft joins with patient Jeanne to discuss misconceptions about lung cancer. News highlights include heavy metals found in Valentine's Day candy. That's interesting. Ring's new AI feature, that's Ring cameras, new AI feature to locate lost dogs. Measles exposure at LAX and Disneyland. and a survey showing nearly half of Americans are addicted to their smartphones. So we'll definitely go through that here, or Michael will go through that on What's Cooking Today. That's from 1 until 2, talking about food, wine, travel, lifestyle, and entertainment. After that, we do have, of course, Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. Always a fun show to join in and to be a part of here on WRMN. And you can listen to her. She talks about some fun facts to boot, interesting stories, some laughs, also some fun games, which is always good to be a part of too. So Talk Time with Tammy and Friends is including Becky via Zoom today. So Becky Herkert. We're going to be talking about some big game football eats, which is fantastic. Talked a little bit about that today too. We're also going to be talking a little bit about some self-checkout woes. We've got our This Day in Music History. We've got our News Nation clips, which are 2 of them. And we're also going to go through some more football fun facts. And then our game. So it should be a good show. Looking forward to it. I hope you are too. And you can find that as you tune into WRMN's Talk Time with Tammy and Friends coming up later today. That is from 2 until 4. We have from 4 until 6 Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer. He was in yesterday. So you were able to listen to that. You can find it posted onto our YouTube channel if you go to YouTube. Also, What's in Elliot's Mouth is also posted onto our YouTube channel as well. So if you want to find that, you can. So he was on there as well with Bob Mariner. Great guy. He's a funny guy too. Got a good sense of humor. So Derek Geyer and Bob Mariner were on yesterday. You can watch that video. It's posted if you find it under our playlist. So feel free to check it out. Of course, we've been going through what are some things happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. Well, let's continue on and see what is in store for us, for you, the listeners out there. School District U46 recently posted that their planetarium and observatory is a great option for students to learn. This is where generations of students have gazed at the stars while learning about Earth's place in space. And it's now recognized as a member of the Alliance of Historic Observatories. The international organization is dedicated in preserving and advancing the world's most significant historic astronomical sites. That is so cool. The planetarium teacher Joseph Kellenberger reported saying, quote, "The U46 Planetarium and Observatory is a special treasure for us, but now we know others across the globe recognize its importance as well. Students who come here to get that experience as part of history, they also add to the legacy of the facility. I often hear the building described as, quote, a hidden gem in Elgin, but now may not be so hidden anymore," end quote. The building also offers public sky shows, usually 4 or 5 times a year. The next one will be Monday, February 9th. We'll focus on the Mayan archaeoastronomy. The Thursday, May 14th show will highlight the building's history. That is so, so cool. And congratulations to them, too. That is fantastic. Speaking of School District U46, we are having on Monday Dr. Suzanne Johnson, who is the superintendent. She will be coming on the community show to start off the week there. And we're going to be speaking with her about the fact that she was recently honored at the Elgin Image Awards and what she does as a superintendent too. So we are so grateful that we can have her here in studio. She'll be live here in studio. That'll be coming up on Monday from 9 until 10 during the community hour. And it's a great way to, ask her some really great questions. I've got a whole list of different ones for her, kind of asking her, going back to her roots. She grew up in the U46 community, so we'll talk to her about that. Maybe who were some of the people that influenced her, how the U46 has specific initiatives. There's one that's called Unite U46 initiative, so we'll talk to her about that. And then kind of looking ahead into the future and what this means to her and the community. So it's going to be a good interview. I'm looking forward to it. That's coming up on the community hour next Monday. That's next Monday. Don't forget also on Thursday, February 12th, we have Sherry's Senior Moments with Sherry Aschenbrenner with Dementia Friendly Elgin. She'll be on for the Sherry Senior Moments show, which is the second Thursday of every month from 9 until 10. That same day, we're having, of course, also the mayor on with us today, that following 11 o'clock hour. So we have Sherry's Senior Show, And then we've got the news segment and then a recap of the city council meeting, which we're bringing back too. So again, lots of cool things in the work that we're excited about here on WRMN. And we appreciate everyone's comments, people's suggestions. I think this is a great way that we all work together in the community to ensure that we're your trusted local radio station. So thank you so much for that. We always say thank you to everyone. We've got a couple other things that are also coming up. If you are interested or you have kids who might be wanting to enroll in kindergarten, they have something that's going on right now if you are living in St. Charles. If you happen to be a member of the St. Charles District 303 or in the area, you're thinking of taking your kids to that area for their school, kindergarten enrollment for the 2026-2027 school year is open. You can visit their website to review more at district.d303.org. You can also visit their Facebook page. They recently posted it about an hour ago on St. Charles Park District 303. So their new student enrollment and registration is available now. You can click to register, and it's still going on. And they also do have some news segments on there, too, that you can check out. Also recently posted, the Dundee Township Rotary Club and Rotary District 6440 are offering some scholarships to qualifying District 300 students pursuing higher education or vocational training. All scholarship applications and guidelines are available. There is a link directly through this Facebook posting on the District 300 Facebook page. The deadline is Monday, March 2nd. Rotary District 6440 scholarship applications are due Friday, March 20th. And of course, for more information, there are some numbers that you can call, including their club treasurer, Colleen Thomas, at 847-426-7990, or email Dundee Rotary Scholarship at gmail.com. That information is posted on the screen. That link is also featured through that Facebook post. So please feel free to check out that information, email them, or also call Colleen if you must. And then finally, I wanted to give you another reminder here too. Feed for Greater Elgin is having their Palate to Palate event coming up March 31st. And they are looking for chefs and culinary connoisseurs. Are you interested in serving up a night of food, fun, and festivities while also supporting their neighbors in need? You can join in as one of their vendors for Palate to Palate 2026. You can share with us your culinary expertise and delicious delicacies for a night of great vibes and giving back. I definitely would love to attend again this year. I plan to. It's a great opportunity to connect with local businesses. And you also get, and I mean this as pun intended, you get a taste of the business, what they have to offer. They've got wide range of different ingredients and food. They really have something for everyone too. And especially, don't shy away from this event if you have any allergies or if you're vegetarian or vegan. Those options are also available at these different businesses and restaurants that'll be a part of Palate to Palate. So very, very good, of course, and that's brought to you by Food for Greater Elgin. You can visit more information on their website at foodforgreaterelgin.org. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today. We've got What's Cooking Today up next. Excited for what we've got here on WRMN, and we hope that you are too. Of course, you can always feel free to email any of us here or call us for any questions or comments at 847-741-7700, or you can also email us. Our names followed by at WRMN1410.com. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Thursday. We're getting closer into the weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And the big game day is coming up on Sunday. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. And if anything else